And because they are rogue nations, they remain dangerous in terms of the threat to the rest of the world. So we have to continue to focus on that threat as well. We have to continue to focus on the threat of cyber attacks. We're now in a very different world where we could face a cyber attack that could be the equivalent of Pearl Harbor. I mean, cyber these days, if someone using cyber can take down our power grid system, take down our financial systems in this country, take down our government systems, take down our banking systems, they could virtually paralyze this country. We have to be prepared to deal with that. We have to have both a good offense and a good defense with regards to the cyber world. A lot of what you do here is aimed at trying to improve our abilities to confront that kind of cyber attack. And we are in a world where we're facing rising powers. And we have to be in a position where we can project our power into this kind of world to make sure that we always check those countries and always make sure that they understand that we are the strongest and the best military in the world. All of those things are challenges that we have to confront. And my challenge in confronting those threats is that I've got to make sure that if we are to be effective at confronting the threats I just described, I can never break faith with the troops and the families that have to carry out these missions. So one of the most important things for me is to make sure that you are always supported. Your families are supported, you are supported, and that we ensure that you know we're always watching your back as you go out there and put your lives on the line. That's very important to me because, frankly, we can't defend this country unless we have good people that are willing to take on that job. And for that to happen, you have to know that we are behind you 100%. So I want you to know that as you go out and fight the wars you have to fight, that I will have to fight the wars that I have to fight in Washington to make sure that we protect your back. And you have my guarantee that I will do that. All of this now occurs, obviously, as we confront the budget challenge that obviously Washington needs to deal with. This is going to be a difficult time, and it's going to require some very difficult choices. And I have always said that obviously with the size deficits this country is running, that the Defense Department will do its share. We have a responsibility to do that. And we will. And the number that was just passed by the Congress is a number that, frankly, we've been working with. We figured and we've anticipated. I've been in the budget business most of my life. One of the goals I said when I went there is that we've got to get ahead of this, not behind it. And so we were working towards pretty much the same ballpark number that Congress ultimately enacted. And I think we can do it. I think we can do it responsibly. I think we can do it in a way that will ensure that we'll have a strong defense for the future. But concern that I registered yesterday, and I'll just share with you, is that if in fact they were to go after defense more with this kind of trigger that they've built in, that would double the number of cuts that face the Defense Department. It would seriously weaken the national defense of this country. And the last thing we need to do is to hollow out our force. The last thing we need to do is to weaken the United States of America at a very important time in our history. Listen, people are questioning the political leadership. People are questioning the economic situation. The last thing people should question is the ability of the United States to defend itself. And that's why we have to maintain a strong defense for this country. And I think we can do that. But like everything else, it's going to require that we continue the fight. As I said, you've got to be out there fighting for what you have to do, and I've got to be in Washington fighting for what we have to do. Let me just conclude with something it's a story I often tell, because I think it makes the right point of the rabbi and the priest who decided they would go out together to events, because if they did that, they could talk to each other and learn about each other's religion. So one night they went to a boxing match together. And just before the bell rang, one of the boxers made the sign of the cross. And the rabbi nudged the priest and said, "What does that mean?" The priest said, "It doesn't mean a damn thing if he can't fight." Now, my friends, we bless ourselves with the hope that everything's going to be okay in this country. Frankly, it doesn't mean a damn thing unless we're willing to fight for it. I want to thank you because your presence here tells me that you are willing to fight for that American dream that my parents came here for a better life for our children, and most importantly, for a government of, by, and for all people. Thanks very much for having me, and I look forward to meeting each of you. Okay, we're going to do it right here. Right here. Thank you. Thanks very much. We're going to take a picture of this. There you go. Good luck. Thanks for your service. Thank you. Thanks for your service. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for your service. Good to see you. Thank you for your service. Thanks for your service. How are you? Good. Thanks for your service. Great. How are you? Thanks for your service. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for your service. Nice to see you. Good luck. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for visiting us. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Good luck. Thanks for your service. How are you?
Good, sir. How are
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. How you doing?
It's an honor, sir.
Good to see you. Thanks for your service.
Thank you, sir.
How are you? Good, sir. Thanks for your service. Thank you, sir. How are you? Thank you for your service. Hi, Malari. Italian.
Filipino.
Filipino.
Yes, sir.
Okay, of course. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for your service. How are you?
Good, how are you?